points clear of Angelo Fontana. And Philip Wills starts this race in 5th place, Angelo Fontana in 6th. That is going to be quite a scrap. But it will be very much advantage Philip Wills. And in the AM Championship, he leads Fontana by 40 points. And by my calculations, if Philip Wills finishes in 6th place, whatever, he will become the champion. So Piers is waiting for us. We've got him running around today, haven't we? He's back down on the grid and he's going to have a chat to a few drivers. Over to you, Piers.
Thank you, Brian. Yep, I've had to actually take my my second Porsche jacket off. I've only got one on now. I had lots on this morning, but the sun is out, track temperature's rising, and the racing is hotting up, as we saw in the second half of that sport division race. We've got club division up next. Andre Fernandez starting on pole position. We spoke to him earlier on the inside of the front row of the grid. Outside of the front row of the grid is Michael Cole, and I'm hoping to grab a quick word. Michael, can we have a quick chat? Brilliant. Michael, you joined us this time last year. It went pretty well, 2 victories. Can you do the same again this year?
I really hope so. So that's the aim.
Of course, the team, Belgium Racing, have given you a great car. Track temperature's rising. Is that going to affect you in any way?
I think it will be better for us because it looks like the speed comes at the end of each session. So I think it's better for us.
Well, we look forward to a strong end of the race. Michael, thank you so much for taking a moment to chat to us. Great to see Michael back on the grid. Very, very strong here last year. Of course, strong in qualifying. And he's right, end of every session. Actually, as the sessions went on over testing yesterday, he just got quicker and quicker building into the race weekend. Yevgeny Leonov starting on 3rd place inside of the second row of the grid. He was, of course, on pole position for our first race this season, won that race. Going to grab a quick word. Can we have a quick word, Evgeny?
Hi.
Hello, how are you? 3rd place on the grid.
I would be better if I was first.
Of course, always. What can you do to get that first position back?
So it's not a big deal. I think because we have a really good setup, I think we can win.
You've had great pace in practice, topping a lot of the sessions. Just pipped in qualifying. What's your plan for the race?
Actually, to win. It's quite simple.
Simple. Keep it easy, lovely. Evgeny Leonov for Volcano Motorsport. Very distinctive car. They're brilliant colours on that one. I enjoy looking at that one on circuit. A new driver this weekend, starting on the outside of row number 2, Demir Hott from Canada. Let's have a quick word with Demir. Hopefully he won't mind chatting to us. I've never spoken to Demir before, so I'm going to introduce myself. Demir, can we have a quick 1 minute chat? Quick, 1 second. Demir, it's great to see you on the grid. Good starting position. What can you do in this race?
You know what? I'm going to try and keep it clean and have fun. We'll see.
Absolutely. Do you think the win is on the cards?
For somebody.
For you?
We'll see.
Demir, thank you so much. He's keeping his cards close to his chest. I think that's all mind games. He knows the other drivers can hear that. I've got time for one more chat, I think. The 1 minute board is about to go up. Quick word from Angelo Fontana. No, he's actually focused. I've been told no. Good luck, Angelo. Double thumbs for Angelo. Actually, I think that is all we have time for. 1 minute board's about to come out. So I'll hand you over to Brian Oliver once again for the round 7 of the club division.
Thank you, Piers. Good job done there. And it's always hard work having a chat to drivers when they're on the grid and they're kind of focusing. And we really appreciate the drivers taking their time to talk to us. We are in the entertainment business as well as the sports. So it's really nice just to get an insight and to be able to talk to them. And so thank you to the drivers for taking the time out just to have a chat to Piers as we sit there on the grid, baking in this glorious Spanish sunshine. And, well, it is quite a way to finish the season, isn't it? It's 2 rounds left in the club division of Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe. And after this, it will be the final race of the season. Right, you can see the picture on the right-hand side there. That is Alexander Dobik, the number 33 car, who didn't qualify this morning, had problems, did not get out of the garage. And as far as I can tell, he's waiting at the end of the pit lane, or at least he will be. So the formation lap will start. And I think that once the formation lap is complete, that Alexander Dobik will be released and will be able to rejoin at the back of the pack. And it is a real shame because Alexander has been so quick. He got his first podium at Valencia in round 5 last time out, and is a real entertainer, the Ukrainian driver, and we love having him here on the grid, and just on the back foot for both races here this afternoon, the final 2 races of the season. Hopefully he'll enjoy it as much as we are enjoying it. Right, the safety car is rolling, which means the cars behind will also be rolling. So unlike the previous race, this will be a rolling start. Unlike the previous race, pole position is on the right-hand side, the dirty side of the grid, and the driver that occupies that position is Andre Fernandez, courtesy of a 1:43.714 this morning. He has Michael Cole alongside him, Evgeny Leonov in P3, and behind the Cole is the Hot, Damir Hot. It's going to be a bit tepid in position 2.5. He is P4 on the grid, P5 championship leader, championship elect potentially, Philip Wills, with Angelo Fontana, his championship challenger, alongside Javier Ripoll Jr. Welcome back, Javier. Has Jan Jaap van Roon for company on the 4th row of the grid. On the 5th row of the grid, we have Lennart Hiemstra with Tobias Vasquez Garcia, who was great value for money last time out. Lee Mole lines up behind him with Karsten Kramer, P12 on the grid. David Harrison from Australia has Marcus Neuhofer for company. Eric Wagner lines up 15 with Camille Perrion, who had a bit of a moment coming out the pits in quali this morning. Corrado Costa and Patrick Cunha line up alongside each other, with Cunha the leading GT4 qualifier. The very popular Ajith Kumar from India lines up 19th with Ernst Inderbitzen alongside David Von Rosen. Michael McInerney lined up 21st and 22nd with Casper Hockerboom and Paolo Macedo alongside him 24th, and then bringing up the rear of the pack, Marco van der Poel and Alexander Dobic, who is starting from the pit lane. And I don't know whether Dobic is rolling yet or not, but I think he may only be able to rejoin once the field passes by at the start of this race. So here come the rest of the runners and riders. It is going to be, once again, 30 minutes of racing plus 1 lap. The cars are at turn 10 at the moment, and as they come out of turn 10 towards turn 11, the instruction is given for them to grid up, and they will then be side by side. When the green lights come on, the drivers are required to pass through their grid boxes, not their pit boxes, their grid boxes, so as to not record a false start. And then once they're across the line, they will fan out, and we will be racing on this wonderful Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya in the glorious Spanish sunshine, the penultimate round of the season. And the final round will come later this afternoon. There is our pole sitter, Andre Fernandez, Michael Cool Cole alongside him. And there's Alexander Dobic, who is now rolling and able to rejoin at the back of the pack. So side by side they come in towards turn 14. Then the safety car will disappear off into the distance, and it will be the job of Andre Fernandez to lead them across the line. Keep an eye on Evgeny Leonov in the number 16 car. He has proven to be very racy. We heard from him earlier, and he has plans on the top step of the podium. Philip Wills on the eve, potentially, of a championship. We are ready. Round 7, Porsche Sprint Challenge, Southern Europe. Club division is go, and across the hill, up over the hill they come, steaming towards turn 1. It's a great start from Cole into turn 1, a clear lead. He won both races here this time last year, but I said Leonov would be worth watching, and he gets together. Cole goes scattering, and also in there Javier Ripoll Jr. This is going to bring out a safety car, I have no doubt about that. We have a lot of damaged cars, but it was Javier Ripoll Jr. who made the biggest contact on board with Karsten Kramer, picking his way through the debris, and it's a destruction scene. Cars scattered all over the place. We're full course yellow. Well, it's going to go safety car. This may well go to a red flag. There's a lot of damaged cars out on the track. That's Eric Wagner that I can see there in the 23 car. Alexander Dobic will be pleased that he started such a long way back, because he was able to avoid all of that lot, but we have lost a number of cars, and that even the number is obscured That is, just trying to see who that actually is. I think is that no, that is the Damir hot car, isn't it? So yeah, Damir hot car. So yeah, that car looking very hot as the steam pours from it. And that was exactly the kind of start we didn't want, is the kind of start we feared might happen. In all of that, Angelo Fontana got up into second place, but I have a feeling there may be a little bit of juggling that goes on here, because I cannot see. Well, it's going to be hard work for this to go the distance without even a red flag. Safety car is out on track at the moment. Andre Fernandez, he managed to avoid any of that drama, but he got beaten off the line by Michael Cole. And who knows who survived out of that lot. We'll see when they've crossed the line who the winners and losers are, and we'll get a rundown of what's what. So Andre Fernandez, Angelo Fontana, Lee Mole is registering up in third place at the moment. So it was that great start from Michael Cole at the very first corner, but then it all came unraveled after that. So they're crossing, they're still circulating at the moment. I've had no indication that we're going to see a red flag as things stand at the moment. So look at that. It looks like a scene out of a scrapyard, doesn't it? Lots of Porsche damage in the corner, and that's going to take a little bit of moving. So as things stand at the moment, the timing screens is all that we can go on, saying that Andre Fernandez is the leader, Angelo Fontana in second, Lee Mole up into third place. He'll be happy if we can keep this one going. Philip Wills into fourth, Lennart Heemstra into fifth, ahead of Jan-Jaap van Roon. Karsten Kramer in seventh, ahead of Tobias Vasquez Garcia. And then Patrick Cunha, Corrado Costa, and Ajith Kumar up into P11. David von Rosen, 12th. Paulo Macedo in 13th. Marco van der Poel in 14th. Kaspar Hockebom next up. But say this might all be subject to confirmation. The main bit is the drivers are safe. Right. Just had confirmation from peers that Evgeny Leonov and Neuhofer, Marcus Neuhofer that is, are both out of this race. So we're going to be looking at replays of that for some time to come to pick the bones out of that one. But turns 1 and 2 here at this circuit, racing speeds taking about 110 to 130 kilometers an hour. So fairly fast couple of corners. And often the scene of controversy. It has been all day today so far, and is proving to continue to be the case. I'm kind of pleased to see that we haven't gone red flag yet, if I'm honest. So that was hoping that would stay that way. Right, we've got a replay. This will be good. Let's have a look, see what happened here. So into the first corner. Good start, Michael Cole. Then there was that move to the inside of Evgeny Leonov. Two cars getting together, and just everybody. And how did Angelo Fontana get out of that one? Just cars scattering, and that is such a shame. And we lost some real contenders here. So Leonov with that dive to the inside of Cole, and then being collected by Javier Ripoll Jr. That's David von Rosen in the background, avoiding action as well. So what an absolute shame. And the real tragedy is there's a lot of damage, so we may lose some for the next race too, but I'm hoping not. So we're behind the safety car at the moment. The clock continues to tick. We have 24 and a half minutes to go. So as long as we don't get a red flag and we don't get any changes, the order is Andre Fernandez, Angelo Fontana, Lee Mole. If things remain as they are now, even though he is well ahead, Philip Wills' fourth place will be enough to clinch the championship with one race to go. Again, all subject to confirmation. These are just my dodgy workings out. I'm just checking on a few points popping up on my screen, making sure I've got all the information I need. All I've got is that we have an investigation into that incident on turn 1. So yes, if things finish as they are now, Philip Wills will be the champion. I haven't even looked at GT4 yet. Let's have a little look at the GT4. So coming into this, Patrick Cunha was leading David Von Rosen by 25 points. Moment, Cunha is the leading GT4 runner. David Von Rosen, looking to actually find him on the whether he survived all of that. Oh, David Von Rosen is in. Oh, right. Okay, we've gone to red flag. Okay, well, this might change things anyway. So we've gone to red flag in the race, so everything's going to come to a stop, and you can see why. It's a bit of a war zone out on turns 1 and 2, and we're going to bring the cars back into the pit lane. So it's going to take a little bit of clearing up. So the stewards have clearly tried to keep it going, but have decided that we need a red flag to clear this up. And again, we don't want to be using up valuable race time just circulating behind the safety car. So with 23 and a quarter minutes remaining, we're looking at Ajith Kumar, and he'll be able to just get out of the car for a couple of moments and just get a breather while they clear the track, and then we'll get a bit of warning as to when the restart will be. So there is Ajith out of the car, his legions of followers. Oh, this is a bit of an insight here into the back of a Porsche, and clearly there are some issues there, and the crew just making a couple of adjustments. There are a certain number of adjustments that they can make under red flag conditions. Not a great deal, it has to be said, between quali and the race. I wonder what Ajith, it looks like maybe he is just out of the race. I don't know, because the rest of the field is still circulating. So potentially we may have lost Ajith Kumar from this one. But that will shake out once we get the cars lined back up and we get out for the restart. When we do restart, it's going to be 23 and a quarter minutes remaining. And it will be Andre Fernandez who leads the way. Well, it's going to be that whatever anyway, because he started on pole position. So Andre Fernandez, who kept his nose clean while everybody behind him was getting in a mess. Such a shame to have lost Evgeny Leonov. We really thought he and Michael Cole, who won both races at this event last year, always very quick around here, a welcome addition to the grid, and we were looking forward to seeing him and Evgeny Leonov going wheel to wheel and providing us with some entertainment. Michael Cole, who last year was in Porsche Sprint Challenge Benelux in 24 and came second in the 992 category. Evgeny Leonov, who's come very much through GT Cup Open in Europe. Originally started out in TCR, if I'm correct, in Europe and Italy, Spain, and has been looking really good here in Porsche Sprint Challenge. And we only saw him at the season opener in Portimao, but he won from pole position in the opening race of the season and got a 4th place. So it was looking good for a podium, but for that incident. And there will be lots of people who will be trying to decide whose fault it was. And we always have lots of opinion and people who are very sure, but the stewards are the ones that make the decisions, not the commentator, that's for sure. So we'll let them decide whose fault it was. And if they feel as though there is a punishment to be dished out, they will do that, as is often the case, and they have angles that we don't have. They will take lots of looks at that, and they will decide whether there's any penalties to be dished out. But whichever way you look at it, we've lost both Michael Cole and Evgeny Leonov. So whatever race penalty might be thrown at either of them, it's not really going to make a lot of difference to the outcome of this race. Piers, I believe, is down in the pit lane. So have you got any news for us, Piers?
No news as of yet, Brian, but of course everyone just coming into the pit lane right now to reassemble the grid, allow the Marshall team to clear the circuit. Dramatic start to the race. It's a shame to have so many red flags. We'll want to go racing again soon. Was hoping to grab a word with Angelo, but unfortunately they think we want to keep in the zone, and also I don't want to open the door in case that gets stuck. Andre Fernandez started on pole position, maintains pole position. Probably the best place to be be honest, keeping out of the trouble at the moment. So he's looks like he's in good spirits, and he'll be hoping to do basically what he did in that first one. I'll leave him to continue chatting with the team. Moving further down the grid, Lee Mole all the way up in third place after all that. I don't know whether this is going to be the final starting order, so we'll confirm that later on. Once Lee's finished chatting with his team, I'll jump in on here. A few little scuffs you can see, so Lee's been either avoiding or getting close to other drivers. It's a very, very close start, did well to avoid all of the issues at the start of that race. And I can see that the team have also got a nice bottle of water with a straw there. It's high-tech
straw there.
Exactly. It is nice. Of course, the drivers very, very hot in these race cars. They do have blowers in the car, but I don't think many of them run with air conditioning because it adds weight. Lee's deep in conversation, so maybe we'll come back to him later on. Moving further down the grid, our championship leader, champion-elect, I think he's in the pound seat at the moment to take the win. Philip Wills for the Proton Hoover competition team. You can see some running repairs going on here, just little bits and pieces. Again, more contact, light contact, I may add, for Philip. I'm sure his championship life flashed before his eyes in that one with all that going on, but managed to stay out of trouble for now, getting a few words from the team. And that seems to be the order of the day at the moment. Lots of words of wisdom from driver coaches, engineers. And I'm going to jump in and have a quick word with Lennart Heemstra. Lennart, first of all, great to have you back on the grid. Good to see you again. Things are going pretty well this weekend for you.
Happy to be back indeed. Yes, I made really good progress in these 2 practice days, yesterday and the day before. Every time I gained on my time. It's the first time on this track. This morning I beat my time with a second and a half, so I had my goal was top 10 and my quality was 8 or 9. I said beforehand a top 5 would only happen if other people have disaster, and well, here I am at P5.
Great, well, good for you. Of course, we don't like to see cars go out of the race like that, but hey, you managed to avoid the chaos. Did you see from your position, could you see what happened, what caused it all to unfold?
Not really, it goes really quickly and there were cars spinning and flying everywhere. I got hit quite hard on the side, but luckily no mechanical damage, so I could accuse.
Great job from the Triple Crown Racing team to get you back on the grid. Of course, hefty damage at Estoril, which meant you weren't out for Valencia, but going okay so far?
Every still. Yeah, they did a really good job in rebuilding the full car in 2 weeks' time.
I'll let you talk to the team. I can see the team are chatting in your ear. Lennart, thanks for taking time to chat to us. Of course, the drivers all have radio communication with the teams, and I could see that Lennart was thinking, oh, do I talk to peers or talk to the team? I think it's probably best if I let them do the important job. I'm just here to chat with them. Moving further down the grid, we've got Jan Jatveld. Yeah, why not? We'll grab a word with Jan. Can we grab a quick word?
Yeah, of course.
Jan, talk to us about how the race has gone so far. Not much racing, but a lot happened.
A lot happened for sure. I started on the outside line on P10, and the guy in front of me didn't really accelerate much, so I took the inside. I was like, okay, I don't want to be stuck behind him, and I went to the inside, and the guy next to me just dive bombed. I was like, if I'm here on the inside and I see you out braking, like how? So that I think was the start of the crash, and then I just decided to stay all the way to the right, because yeah, this was bound to happen.
It was clearly a good decision to stay over to the right because we lost a few cars, unfortunately, which is the cause of the red flag. As far as we're aware, everyone's okay, but some of the cars maybe not so much. Of course, we're resetting. We've got another race start. You've moved up. Well, I say you've moved up. What's your outlook for the second half of this race?
I really want to take that position back. Corner 4, yeah, 4, he overtook me. I didn't see that coming. So I'm really eager to get that one back, and then we'll see it from there. I have Karsten behind me. I know him well from the VLNs, so I know he's fast. I know he's aggressive. So it's a challenging restart, for sure.
We look forward to this little group of cars then for some good racing. Jan, thanks very much for chatting to us. Great to see Jan on the grid again, and always a good character to talk to, and very, very well, good racing. And we've also got Karsten Kramer here. Karsten, can I have a quick word? Karsten was just chatting to Jan Jatveld in front of you, and he was saying that he knows you from the VLN races. He knows you race, and he's looking forward to the race ahead.
Yes, no, we know us very well. He was also driving with me together, and I like him, and it's good fun. Yes,
absolutely. But talk us through that chaotic first start from your perspective.
Yeah, I took the exit through the gravel. It was like a bomb which exploded, and it was really a mess. Yeah.
But your car's all okay for the second start?
Yeah. I stayed away out of all the trouble, and everything fine. Yes.
Brilliant. Carsten, good luck in the second part of this race. Great to chat to Carsten as well. Team owner and driver Carsten Kramer, of course, with the K Kramer Racing Team. His teammate Tobias Vasquez right behind him. Wondering if I can grab a quick word, Tobias. Can we have a quick chat? Brilliant. Tobias, your teammate Carsten right in front of you. Looking forward to the second half of this race?
Yeah, I didn't saw the green light, so now he's in front of me. But I think the second half of the race should be better, and I hope I can gain some positions.
It looks like it's pretty close between the top drivers in the club division this weekend. In practice, all the times were close together, so I'm looking forward to a close second half of the race. What do you think you can do in this in the second part of this race?
Yeah, I don't know if top 3 is possible, but I try my best, and yeah, let's see how it will be end.
Top 3 would be a very good drive from this position, but good luck, Tobias. It sounds like a couple of cars are firing up. I don't know whether that's because we're going racing or whether it's just they're cooling down. I think we're still good to keep wandering our way down. Patrick Kuna here in the GT4, current leading GT4 driver at the moment. Unfortunately, I don't speak a huge amount of Portuguese. In fact, I speak no Portuguese, and Patrick is not the most proficient in English. So we grabbed a word with him in Portuguese at one of the previous rounds, and I'm just going to walk further down the grid. Corrado Costa getting some advice there. Carry on, please carry on. Please carry on. It's good to see what you guys talk about, and of course a bit of information and coaching from the team here. Great to see them working so well together. Of course, the drivers are on circuit on their own, but they, of course, lean on their teams heavily for both help in terms of the car setup, but also in terms of how to position themselves on circuit, the mindset, and racecraft as well. David Von Rosen joining us is the next car. He's currently sitting second in the GT4 classification. David is fairly new to racing, I believe. I think it may be his second or third or fourth race weekend. Can I jump in with David? Sure. David, can we have a quick word for the live broadcast? How are you going? This was a pretty chaotic start to the first race.
Quite a chaotic start, but I actually enjoyed it. I like the first adrenaline coming into the body. So no, I thought it was a good start, but let's see what comes now.
Patrick only a couple of places ahead of you in the GT4s. Is he on your in the crosshairs?
Let's see. I think he's quite more experienced than me, but obviously I'll try to stay as close as possible.
Let's talk about that experience. You haven't got a huge amount of racing experience, I don't believe, before this season.
No, this is like the third or fourth race. I've been car racing now for 1 year exactly. I started last February.
Wow, so you've made a lot of progress in a short amount of time. I'm sure the team are helping you with that a lot.
Yeah, they do. Great team, great instructors, so very happy.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Well, good luck in the second part of the race. David Von Rosen there, doing very well considering his relative lack of experience in racing. Of course, a lot of these drivers take to racing maybe later on in life. Who knows, they may well have been professional drivers in another life if they'd started earlier. Let's walk a little bit further down the grid. We've got Marco van der Poel, a new driver this weekend. Casper Högboom. Casper, I think, is currently... Are we okay to have a quick word, Casper? Can we have a chat? No, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. We'll get you later. We'll chat to Casper later. Right. I think I've got time for one more interview. Can I have a quick word with Michael? Are we okay to have a quick chat, Michael? Yep. Brilliant. Michael McInerney, we caught up with in the lunch break. Michael, chaotic start to the first race this weekend. What are you expecting from the second half? I think actually I better go. I think the cars are starting up. Time to go racing. So Brian, back over to you.
Good job, Piers. Don't get run over. Yeah, you don't speak Portuguese, but I'm told you speak very good Dutch. At least you did yesterday. Right, okay. Engines are running. So when the cars get rolling and exit the pit lane, the red box will turn green and the race will be underway. We'll get a formation lap with the clock running. So we're going to probably be getting down towards 20 minutes remaining by the time we get the green flag. We are on board there with Carsten Kramer, who we spoke to, clearly enjoying it. It's so good. People racing this because they love racing, and there are some drivers who are just doing this because they are enthusiastic. Living the dream, I think, is what we say. And there are some who are really serious about getting to the top step of the podium. We potentially have a championship on the line here